This is butternut squash soup.
Guys, it's a creamy and tasty recipe for a cozy fall dinner. Plus, you love our bake and blend technique.
Wow, buonissima.
To make it, peel, seed, and chop the butternut squash into chunks. Then add it to a baking tray with chopped onion, carrot, crushed garlic, some sage leaves, and fresh thyme. Season with salt, black pepper, and a good drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. Give it a quick toss, then arrange on a single layer and bake for about 30 minutes or until fork tender. Discard the garlic peel, then blend the veggies with vegetable broth and a touch of grated ginger. Now simmer for a few minutes until you reach your desired consistency.
Easy, right?
This is Turkish lentil soup. It's a creamy 30-minute one-pot meal.
Okay, so start by heating up some olive oil on very low heat. Add a coarsely chopped onion,
A coarsely chopped carrot.
a coarsely chopped rib of celery.
I saute these for about 5 minutes to build flavor.
Then I add fresh garlic,
A teaspoon of ground cumin for aroma, a couple of tablespoons of tomato paste, and fry for 1 more minute until fragrant. Then I add 2 medium potatoes, peeled and chopped into dice. Then 2 cups of red lentils that you previously rinsed under water, and 2 liters of vegetable broth or water, 1 liter at a time. Season with salt and black pepper. Then simmer on medium heat for about 15 to 20 minutes or until the red lentils are cooked and the potatoes are fork tender. Now blend the soup with an immersion blender and taste and adjust for salt. Make it a meal by serving it in a bowl, topped with red pepper flakes and garlic gently fried in extra virgin olive oil, some freshly chopped parsley,
a squeeze of lemon.
and warm pita bread. Easy, right?
This is roasted sweet potato soup. Wow, this is delicious. It's a little sweet, it's very creamy. Peel sweet potatoes, carrots, and onion, cut them into dice, then transfer them onto a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Season with extra virgin olive oil, salt, and black pepper. Toss with your hands, then arrange the veggies on a single layer and bake in a preheated oven for about 30 minutes or until the veggies are tender and slightly charred on top. Then to a large pot or Dutch oven, warm up some extra virgin olive oil, add some grated garlic, grated ginger, and a tiny bit of cumin. Gently fry for about a minute, then add the coconut milk, the roasted vegetables, vegetable broth, bring to a boil, then simmer for 5 minutes. Then blend with an immersion blender until you reach your desired texture and consistency. Taste and adjust for salt, then serve it in a bowl. Then you can add some crushed nuts or dukkha on top, some pepitas or pumpkin seeds, freshly chopped coriander or parsley, a drizzle of olive oil, some freshly ground black pepper, and
This is our asparagus soup. Cut the leek in half lengthwise, rinse it under tap water to remove the dirt and cut it into thin slices. Remove the woody end of the asparagus, cut them into discs, but remember to keep some of the tips for garnishing. Fry the leek in extra virgin olive oil for about 5 minutes, then add crushed garlic and fry for 1 more minute. Now add the asparagus, frozen peas, fresh thyme, salt and black pepper, stir and cook for another 5 minutes. Now add the vegetable broth, cover with a lid, bring to a boil, crack the top open, lower the heat and simmer until the asparagus are tender. It should take you about 15 minutes. Now puree the soup with an immersion blender until completely smooth. Then add the yogurt or dairy-free yogurt and stir until thoroughly combined. Then taste and adjust for salt. Now serve the soup in a bowl. Add a sprinkle of gremolata on top that we make with grated lemon zest, freshly chopped parsley, grated garlic, and grated Parmesan cheese or dairy-free Parmesan. Then garnish with asparagus tips that you previously boiled, a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. Easy, right?
this is broccoli soup. To a large pot, add butter or dairy-free butter. Get yourself a leek, cut it in half lengthwise, finally chop it, and add it to the pot with the butter. Fry gently on low heat for about 5 to 10 minutes. In the meantime, peel the potato, chop it into dice, and add it to the pot. Then take the broccoli, chop it into pieces including the stem and the leaves. Then add it to the pot. Add the salt, black pepper, and fresh thyme leaves, but just the leaves and not the branch. Then cook on medium to high heat for about 2 minutes, stirring often. Now add the vegetable broth and simmer for about 20 to 30 minutes until the vegetables are fork tender. Blend the veggies with an immersion blender until smooth, but don't overblend. We think some broccoli texture is good in this soup. Taste and adjust for salt. Then serve it in a bowl. Sprinkle with thyme leaves, homemade croutons, a drizzle of good quality extra virgin olive oil, and this is my vegetable soup. Garlic bread with this soup. Start with a flavor base of coarsely chopped onion, celery, and carrots. Don't chop them too fine, we want to see some pieces in the soup. Fry them in a large pot or Dutch oven with some extra virgin olive oil for about 5 minutes or until they get shiny and start to soften. Add a little bit of cumin, a couple of rosemary sprigs, and bay leaves. Then stir for another minute or until you smell their fragrant aroma. Add vegetable broth, diced tomatoes, and some of your favorite veggies. I'm adding cauliflower florets, fresh or frozen green beans, peeled and diced potatoes, white cannellini beans, then season with salt, black pepper, give it a quick stir, cover with a lid, bring to a boil, then crack the top open and simmer on medium heat for about 20 to 30 minutes or until the potatoes are fork tender. Remove the rosemary and serve the soup in a bowl with a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil, freshly ground black pepper, and a slice of toasted bread rubbed with garlic and oil. Or if you want to make it extra yummy, you can add your favorite tortellini or vegan tortellini and cook them for a few minutes as per package instructions.
This is zucchini soup. Wow, I love the gremolata on top. Warm up the olive oil in a large pot. Add finely chopped onion and fry for about 3 minutes. Then add pressed or grated garlic and fry for 1 more minute. Now I'm gonna add chopped zucchini. It doesn't really matter how you cut them because we're gonna blend them anyway. Then I'm adding diced potatoes. They're gonna make the soup super creamy while keeping it healthy. Now add vegetable broth, salt, black pepper, and dried thyme or oregano. Cover the pot with a lid, bring it to a boil, then crack the top open and let it simmer on medium heat for 15 to 20 minutes or until the potatoes are fork tender. While the soup simmers, we're gonna make a delicious gremolata to sprinkle on top with finely chopped parsley, freshly grated lemon zest, and finely minced garlic. You just need to stir them together and set them aside for later. When the veggies are tender, we're gonna blend this soup. I recommend doing so with an immersion blender with a metal head because the soup is very hot. Keep blending for about a minute until the soup is creamy, silky, and smooth. Look at this. The starch in the potato is gonna make the soup super creamy. Taste and adjust for salt. Now serve it in a bowl. Then I like to add a sprinkle of gremolata on top, a drizzle of chili oil. Easy, right?
This is cauliflower soup. It's perfect. Rinse the cauliflower, then pat it dry, chop it into rough chunks, and add it to a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Add crushed garlic with the peel on, chopped onion, fresh thyme leaves, and a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. Season with salt, black pepper, toss the veggies with your hands, then spread them on the baking tray on a single layer. Bake in a preheated oven for about 30 minutes or until golden brown on top. In the meantime, pierce a potato with a fork and microwave it with the skin on for about 5 to 10 minutes or until soft. Now you can blend the veggies in a high-speed blender or with an immersion blender. Add the roasted cauliflower into the blender, add the roasted garlic without the peeled potato, grated nutmeg if you like, and vegetable broth. Blend for a couple of minutes until you reach your dessert consistency and texture. You can serve the soup directly from the blender jar, or if you serve it later, you can warm it up in a Dutch oven, add it to a bowl, add homemade croutons, tiny bit of parsley, pinch of parmesan, drizzle of good quality extra virgin olive oil, and
This is our easy tofu soup. It's so tasty. It's good. Start by soaking the dried mushrooms in a bowl covered with warm water. Set them aside and take the fresh mushrooms, cut them into slices but not too thin. Then to a large pot or Dutch oven, add extra virgin olive oil. You can also use another vegetable oil. Then add finely chopped garlic, peeled and grated ginger, red pepper flakes, and fry on low heat for about a minute. Now take the soaked mushrooms, squeeze them out of the water, and add them to the pan. Don't discard the soaking water, we're gonna use it in a second. Then add the chopped mushrooms to the pot, season them with soy sauce, salt, and black pepper, and cook them on medium heat for about 5 minutes or until the mushroom starts releasing their water. Now add vegetable broth and the soaking water from the dried mushrooms, but pass them through a sieve first. Now cut the tofu into dice and add it to the soup. Then take the spring onion, separate the white part from the green part. Finally chop the white part of the spring onion and add it to the pot. Then add your favorite seasonal veggies. I'm gonna add some broccoli florets and sliced yellow bell pepper. Give it a quick stir, then let it simmer for about 15 minutes. While the soup simmers, you can take the green part of the spring onions and thinly slice it for the garnish. Taste and adjust for salt. Then when the veggies are fork tender, the soup is ready. You can serve it like this in a bowl, or you can make it even more delicious by adding your favorite noodles. I'm adding rice vermicelli. You can just add them in the soup and cook them as per package instruction. In this case, it's gonna take 5 minutes. Serve it in a bowl with a pinch of sesame seeds, the finely chopped scallions, and a drizzle of sesame oil. And this is carrot ginger soup. Wow. Peel and chop the carrots into chunks, add them to a baking tray lined with parchment paper, then season with extra virgin olive oil, give it a quick toss, then arrange them on a single layer without too much overlapping. Bake them in the oven for about 30 minutes or until caramelized and fork tender. In the meantime, warm up some extra virgin olive oil, add chopped onion, and fry gently for about 10 minutes. Add grated ginger, grated garlic, a tiny bit of cumin, this is optional but recommended. Fry gently for 1 more minute to make a delicious flavor base. Now add vegetable broth, roasted carrots, salt, and black pepper. Simmer for 10 to 15 minutes to allow the carrots to fully soften. This extra step is gonna make the soup super creamy. Now you can blend directly with an immersion blender in the pot, adding broth to reach your desired consistency, or you can blend it in a regular blender. Bring it back to the heat to warm it up, then taste and adjust for salt. Serve the soup into a bowl, then you can garnish it with pumpkin seed, sesame seed, paprika, a thick slice of crusty bread with extra virgin olive oil, a sprinkle of parsley, and